Hey, I'm back because I'm rescheduling with Tim. That's him now. Okay, and we're gonna meet tomorrow. He is works up at Creighton University. Anyway, I love Tim. He's quite a character. Quite a character. But I thought I'd come back and I'm really happy that Chris is back with a new channel. John Coltrane 68 is his new handle. Just watched his video. Some of you folks know that I got to meet Chris when I went to Chicago recently. His former handle was Astral Traveler 68. Now, I'm not into classism and all that. What I'm about to say is more of just like an understanding of how I see things. You know, there's different paths in all endeavors, and there's different levels of quality in all paths as well. And to my discernment, when it comes to record collecting and just that's interesting to me. Chris is someone who his record collection is it's highly stimulating, and you know it was a little overwhelming when I met him and was looking at his shelves. Like I've endeavored to do, and I just need to qualify again that, you know, I've done this through a lot of thrifting because I've always been on the lower end of the economic scale. So I've never had a lot of money to spend on records, so I've always had to find a way to find good records cheaply. And so Chris's record collection it is amazing, just like many other folks' collections are amazing. It's, you know, again, I could mention folks, but I think what I want to mention is some more folks that I was thinking about that I hadn't mentioned, who I just love. Cool Ranch Dressing, Ollie Rules, you know, you folks. I mean, there's just, again, it's a cast of stars. When I think about it in my mind, it's like all the different Grecian Thunder, all of the wonderful people in the vinyl community. Rob Elovox, you know what I'm saying? Axel Book, you know, it's like it takes, you know, it's, I know that on the one hand that doing this is, it's just going to be kind of cruddy on one part because there's always going to be someone who will be disappointed that their name isn't mentioned. But again, it's that's not what's going on. I say the names as I can remember them in front of the camera to say. Rambling a little bit, but what I'm trying to say is I'm just really glad that Chris decided to make another video, and hope he continues to, because he really is an expert. He reminds me a lot of Fred down in Australia, that these cats do their research, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I do research too, but I'm all over the place, you know, and Chris is very specific about what he's into, and he knows his shit. Chris, I'll tell you, I was really pleased to see that you have Passport in your collection. I love Passport, you know, and also I dug, I just caught your message, this morning, last night I went to bed. Yeah, man, Toninho Horta is good. It's not just like sitting on the patio music. That man is a badass guitarist. Yeah, if you see some of that stuff cheap, you want to pick it up again. Listening to Neuronium. This was the one that is his name Dave? Prog and Jazzman? This is the one you said you didn't have, but this is probably the easiest one to find. This is a reissue on Music for Pleasure. And if you didn't catch, this is the track with Nico reciting Edgar Allan Poe. I just love, not just because they're obscure, it's that there's all this, what I call the real music. I mean, there's the product that the world knows about, that the music industry made money on, so people know about it and they make sure you know about it because they want to continue making money. But the thing that I caught on to a long time ago is that the fact that they're famous and everyone knows about them has nothing to do with whether or not they're the best. I maintain that the best music is not in the charts at any time in the history of Western music. I don't mean that as a slight to the greats. What I'm saying is that it's arbitrary. You know, there's a lot of luck involved with who becomes famous, who becomes rich, who became famous, who became rich, because I continue to hear music old and new, which I find stunning, incredible, and amazing, and it's virtually unknown. So people's collections where it's reflected that they have a knowledge beyond, you know, beyond the usual, just is very stimulating to me. So I'm really glad you're back, Chris. And there's a, you know, even within genres, you know, like the metal genre, like that's why I think of Cool Ranch Dressing, and even Grecian Thunder and Sublime Media, Jonas, but I'm thinking of the other guy, Sonic Mainliner in Greece, the Grecian guy. Within genres, you guys have continued to teach me a lot. I love it. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm always, when I see, and so the thing is, when I watch, like, for example, Chris's videos, formerly Astro Traveler, now John Coltrane 68, or for like folks like Big Star, or Chris 4127 Basket, and now the new guy, Prog and Jazzman, I get weak in the knees, you know, and it's like, I wish I had money, because it's like, I want to go out and look for that stuff, because I'd love to have a house full. There's Nico. I'd love to have a house full of that rare shit. I'm all over the place, and and whenever I can afford to get that stuff, I have, you know. Yeah, I'm a little jealous, but I'm glad you're here, man. It just it vibes me up. What I'm going to do right quick is I'm just going to reach over here without looking and see. I'm going to grab a record and see if it's what the hell is over here. I mean, I do know what's here and I don't, you know what I mean, to a degree, because I'll put things away and then I forget. We'll see if something's embarrassing. I'm not going to look, all right? I'm just going to grab. And what do we have here? Oh, hell no, that's not embarrassing. Levitation, Need for Not. This band was formed by Terry Bickers, who was in the original House of Love. To my ears, House of Love was one of the greatest guitar bands to come out of England besides the Smiths. Just my humble opinion. Their lyrics were nowhere near, but the sound of the music and the compositions of the songs, House of Love, bad motherfuckers. And Levitation, Terry Bickers was kind of the guitar hero of House of Love. He wanted to do this. The combination of instruments and sounds isn't quite right. That's the problem with this. I like this a lot, but I'll tell you the problem with it, to my ears, is the drummer. The drummer is good. He's idiosyncratic, but because he's idiosyncratic, the way he tunes his drums, to my ears, sucks. And it's a real drawback. I love these songs and the drive. This is powerful shit. This is very good, actually. And this is the UK original with the extra single that came with One Sided. I love this album, actually, but I'll tell you what, it's kind of the same for me with these guys as, say, a band like Porcupine Tree. It's like the elements are almost just right, but in spite of that, the band and what they're doing is excellent. Porcupine Tree, I think, is more excellent than, say, this, but I just pulled this. I'm going to pull another one from another section without looking. I do recommend this, though, if you haven't heard this. Levitation. This is definitely worth hearing. And the drum sound, see, that's my ears. Someone else might hear those drums and say, ooh, I really like that sound. It kind of reminds me of the sound of 311's drums, which I've never liked. I've always liked the drummer from 311. You know, they were kids coming to my shows back when they were little skateboarding kids, 311. So, I just pulled that. That's a good album. I'm going to reach up higher, next row, okay? Let's see, what do we get? Well, Focus 3. I think this is the original Dutch cover. The American cover I also have. This is a German, made in Germany. Well, once again, you know Focus, if you know Prague, and even if you don't know Prague, they had that hit with Hocus Pocus, which was a great breakthrough for them. Really a fantastic band, still playing. Reminds me of all my Dutch friends who have sent me a bunch of Thijs van Leer records. Thank you very much. That music is beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's do one more, all right? I'm going to go down low this time, all right? Not looking, just grabbing. First thing I get my hand on. What do we got? Oh, is that New Order? Yeah, New Order. Yeah, another one fell out. New Order. Regret. And this one is Kiss. The Perfect Kiss. Really like the New Order, right? The very first New Order album, then Power, Corruption, Lies. Which actually, I never bought Power, Corruption, and Lies. You know something? In Digital Sex, we covered a couple songs off of that album. But I never bought it. I still don't have Power, Corruption, and Lies. Isn't that funny? I've never bought it. I did buy Blue Monday, but I sold it. I had an original and I sold it. With that stupidly expensive cover that looks like a floppy disk. Okay, real minimal here. Perfect Kiss. I haven't played this in a while. Okay. So, my collection's all over the place, you know, and I do wish that I had tons and tons of super rare, obscure stuff like Chris does. I have some, but his collection is almost nothing but, you know, and yeah, I could blather on about that for a while, because it's, you know, that's what turns me on. It does. That's what interests me. I'm going to go back here. This is probably Peter Hamill. No, it's Gypsy. I think this is a Canadian band or American, and I hardly play this, but they have some really bright moments on their records. It's not like this is something essential. It's like, oh, you got to get Gypsy, but they're pretty good. That's wild. It's kind of freaky, really, isn't it? Look at that. Well, we're going on 15 minutes. I'm going to stop about here. As people from the community pop into my mind for a while, I'm just going to shout you out. Just, I think, what's the purpose? A sense of solidarity. You know what I mean? Just solidarity. Daryl Washington. I just saw a fella named Daryl Williams made a quick intro saying that he was about to toss his vinyl, but the community has made him have second thoughts. How about that? DJ Trish with your bad self. Much love to you, girl. All right, guys, and everyone. Who knows? I might be back.